On October 27th of this year, the Kahnawake Family, Homes and Matrimonial Property Law passed its third and final reading in the community decision-making process. And on Monday, December the 8th, a Mohawk Council Resolution was unanimously passed by Chief and Council to bring the law into force, effective immediately. We spoke to one of the portfolio chiefs and the Grand Chief to get some insight into the significance of this legislation.
Well, I guess my biggest comment is relief. You know, we all know that we're, going against the clock on this one, not our choice, but the government of Canada's choice. A lot of work had to be done. A lot of work was done. I really believe that Kahnawake should be rested assured that, we have people here, competent people, capable people of getting together and doing the best possible work for our community. From legal to our own justice people, myself, Lloyd, our technician, Paul Nicholas. There was a lot of involvement and again, a lot of work that was done in such a little time, and groundbreaking, of course, because it's the first time we pushed something through the urgent process in the community decision-making process. It worked well. We were ahead of the game, ahead of schedule, and it just worked out really well. I'm very, very happy.
We did our duty today by signing the implementation plan and the MCR number 2 to put the full law into place, and the implementation will begin immediately, if not tomorrow. A lot of work administratively, functionally between organizations within the MCK and maybe even the Department of Indian Affairs federally on estates, for example, where there's an impact, wills that need to be or will be modified, the provincial court system, and I'll be delivering a copy of a letter tomorrow when I'm meeting with Premier Couillard to the Attorney General. The original will be mailed according to process with the law attached to it, but the second part of our agenda tomorrow is to discuss Kahnawake Justice Act and how we can come to a reciprocal arrangement agreement, provincial accord between Kahnawake and the province, because ultimately, the goal is if people petition the provincial court in terms of matrimonial real interest and/or property, that the judge says, sorry, I don't have jurisdiction, and it comes back to the court of Kahnawake. So a lot of things need to be done. We need to put judges in place based on the Justice Act and many measures, but it's not really about chief and council anymore. I think it's about community and the organizations here that need to work now that we've turned the key on it.
It's a work in progress. Things are going to be changing fast. Like I said, we had a time limit, and our intention was at the very beginning to put this through bare bones, if you will, and that's kind of what we did. But things will be changing when the Justice Act comes into play. Currently, it's not in. But shortly, I think in 3 months or so. So we have a small window of opportunity that's still open for us to fine-tune everything and get it out, get the final product out to the community, and that'll safeguard our community members in the event of breakup.
Community passed the law, council put it into action, and now formal action today with an implementation plan. So I think the community needs to be proud. There's a lot of communities across the country that don't have the wherewithal and/or capacity to be able to do this. We do. Over 25, 30 years of hard work and institutional building, we're getting there. And it's a huge piece of jurisdiction that we're taking out of the federal and provincial court systems. And the first step, again, will be, politically speaking, meeting with the Premier of the province of Quebec and solidifying that arrangement to have a reciprocal arrangement on justice. So be proud, Kahnawake. A lot of hard work went into this, and monumental day today.